be for none. Remember we was sliding in that Ford.
Coming up, the Washington football team visits Denver. They'll square off for just the 15th time in a rematch of Super Bowl 22. It's Week 8, and it's headed your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver, in a power field at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Washington football team. Alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come into this one fresh off a victory that finally snapped a 6-game losing streak.
And there's nothing like that win that makes everyone happier in the locker room, better on the practice field, and they usually play a whole lot better that next game out as well.
Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
And off we go from Denver. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Washington offense about ready to go to work, and at quarterback in his 17th season now in the NFL, piloting his 9th different franchise, it's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, they feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Denver offense ready to take over for the first time. Get a look at their 8th-year quarterback. His first season as a Bronco, though, Teddy Bridgewater.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 106 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense, this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, it's now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, you know, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not really much of an advantage. You might be playing well, not slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Bridgewater. That's complete, Okuebuna. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll throw again, Bridgewater. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Bridgewater. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Daron Payne, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them.
And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here.
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run. It's Gibson. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. This defense for the Broncos, they have certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. Open man is Samuel, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 7-7, our score after 1. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Fitzpatrick. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. To throw is Fitzpatrick. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. Fitzpatrick to McLaurin there, 1st down Washington. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick again. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Fitzpatrick. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. And it's caught. And boy, he is very close to a a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Here now, a look at Melvin Gordon. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Great run there, but it looked like they were going to have him for the stop. He was able to push through. They didn't wrap up defensively.
No, they didn't. All credit to the runner for making it happen, breaking through some contact and going a long way. But the defensive guys, when they watch this on tape, they're not going to be real happy with themselves. They had a great opportunity that they let slip through their hands.
First down, Bridgewater. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Here's Bridgewater. Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have retaken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
McManus now for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. To throw again on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover. Gibson here running out of the gun. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 77 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Fitzpatrick to throw it. And he finds McLaurin. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Here's Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Back to the ground with Gibson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. That's caught. It's Peyton Barber. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. Here's a give to Gibson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now. Hard to try to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, the 40. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. I love plays like that. A defensive lineman holding the football. It's like a kid who stole a cookie from the cookie jar, and then he's just fleeing the scene of the crime.
And all he's doing in his mind, reliving his days when he was young, probably played fullback on his high school team, always wanted to be the tailback carrying the ball, trying his best to lug that bad boy the distance.
Pretty impressive pick there off the screen and then a nice return.
You know, nowadays, they do more ball drills with the big guys than ever before because they want to take possessions away from the offense.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Bridgewater. This is the tight end fan. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. The kick by McManus is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Well, another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing Fitzpatrick. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. First down, Fitzpatrick. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Fitzpatrick. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Curtis Samuel, as the first half is winding down. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, not many folks would jump straight to Ryan Fitzpatrick when you talk about strong-arm quarterbacks, but if he's lasted this long, and he has, he's got to be doing something right.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied here in the second quarter. Five plays there on that drive. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. And the Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter play. Bridgewater on first down. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, He wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw, Fitzpatrick. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Here's Fitzpatrick. Throw left side complete. That's Sims. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Fitzpatrick on 1st down. That's caught by Sims. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They're looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or worse, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He's got his tight end fan. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now Gordon on first down. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. And it's 3rd and 5. To throw, Bridgewater. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Here's Sam Martin now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
The Washington offense set to take over.
And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick.
Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A well-executed 22-yard gain. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. And he's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go.
And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And Washington has taken the lead. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Handler elects not to return it.
Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals, just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Bridgewater to throw it. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one.
Johnson on the return.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards. But, hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A handoff for Gibson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Here's Fitzpatrick. He gets it to Sims, complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington.
Cam Sims.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Handler elects not to return it.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the 27, Bridgewater.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Bridgewater.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown.
Jerry Judy
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will tie our game here in the third. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here we go on the next drive for Washington. They will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. Getting down to the good stuff.
Back to it after the pick 6. Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Draymond Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We usually talk about does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Fitzpatrick to throw it. He gets it to Thomas. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Hamler now on the return.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10.
Melvin Gordon leading Denver's offense back out.
So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action now, Bridgewater.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Fitzpatrick now to throw on 1st down. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Draymond Jones. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
After the sack on 1st down, Fitzpatrick, they shakes him off. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now Fitzpatrick. Thomas brings it in. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. He may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
A give to Gibson running right.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Fitzpatrick.
And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. Fitzpatrick now. Completes it to Samuel. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 9 yards that time.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
Only able to work it to the 20 after the nice broken tackle. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Fitzpatrick. And he finds McLaurin. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Fitzpatrick. This is caught.
Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas,
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
and Washington has taken the lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
So now Bridgewater and the Broncos
Down by 7, 2:23 to play. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater.
That's complete. Okuegbunam.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st.
He's going to drop this one down to Gordon.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
This will be caught. Judy. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now Bridgewater.
Bridgewater finding Judy there for the Bronco 1st.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
KJ Hamler, the intended receiver.
But it's going to be 2nd down.
Bridgewater now for Gordon on the draw. 121 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater.
Got a man, it's Judy, complete.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. This is Gordon on the dump off. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Here's Bridgewater.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy.
The Broncos in their hurry up, trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. Bridgewater to throw.
Right back to Judy, and it's complete.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. 4th down, they're going. Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And they will take a knee here. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And they take a knee.
certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So it's Washington getting the victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Washington, they're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year. And they'll be